lives together, how we're pledging our lives together. And we really wouldn't have changed a thing, but as time went on, we really found that there really was something incomplete about it. And realization we came to was it's really incomplete without spending it or sharing it with people who are most in your lives and most in your hearts. And that's really all of you here. So we really appreciate that you came here. Most of you came many, many miles. We really appreciate you sharing this day. This great life event with us. So I wanted to thank you. All right, let's go.
Don't go too far, girls. Okay. My name is Linda. My husband John. Can you tell? If he gets lost, he goes. We met Sue 7 years ago. She was our neighbor in Marblehead in our condominium complex. And, well, this is actually where John comes in.
This is my old car.
I know.
We met Sufus 7 years ago, and I say Sufus, now that's a name we conjured up because of Sue and Rufus. I don't know if everyone here uses that. When we think of Sue, we think of Sufus. We did meet Sue 7 years ago. She moved next door to our condo. I didn't know Sue. One day I smelled a grill going outside the window. I looked down, and here is this beautiful woman in pajamas with a bathrobe on, cooking outside, and she had this small white furry thing next to her. I was intrigued by all this. I grabbed a beer, went outside, and as I approached the area, this small white furry cute little thing started to growl at me. Sufus, calmed Rufy down, and we started to chat, and Sue fed me, and she became a lifetime friend of mine. A couple of days later, the same thing happened. I went out, Rufy started to growl at me, and Sue told him to calm down, and again, we had a nice time talking and having a drink. And then Linda came into the picture with Rufy, and of course Linda being the dog lover and getting along with just about anybody. Rufy fell in love with her. Rufy calmed down, and we are totally bonded, and that's where we are today.
So, yeah, that's a good story. Pajamas, you can.
Harder.
Later. So John brought home Sufus and Rufus, and I fell in love with them immediately, of course. And so we became friends, and over the years, Sue would go up to our place in Maine, and we would camp, and we'd go sailing. And quite often we'd take our good friend Dottie. So Sue and Dottie, on our way to Town, would be lamenting about there are no good men in the world, and the dating scene was dismal, and da-da-da-da-da. So, I'm not sure why we're going to Teton, but that's not where we find good men. But anyways, we were listening to this over the years, and then one day, Sue said, I'm going to go on Match.com. I said, fine, good. So she did that, and one day we're having drinks in the condo, and she said, oh, by the way, I've met this Mr. 255, and I'm going, she's gone through 254 men already, and she's up to 255? I truly was a little shocked and envious, and she said, no. She said, no, that's the number I arbitrarily gave to this guy. And I said, okay. And then she said, I want to tell you about my first date. And I said, okay. And she said, well, we're supposed to go to an Indian restaurant. But I got sick, and I had to cancel the date. I said, oh. She said, well, that didn't stop 255. He went to the Indian restaurant, got 2 Indian dinners to go, brought it over to my apartment, and kept me company and fed me. Well, because he was worried that I was sick, and I'm thinking, this is a perfect guy for Sue. I said, heck, he's a perfect guy for any girl. I mean, kind, selfless. So anyways, as you can surmise, 255 is our ballpark. And so we're watching this, and all the friends are watching this relationship go, and they're dating, and they're falling in love. So I was not a bit surprised when last year they said we were going to get married, we want to get married, and we would like you to marry us and be the officiant. We go, okay, I would be really proud and honored to do that. Well, as you know, they jumped the gun a bit. But then they're having this beautiful party here today to celebrate their love and their union. And they asked if I would be the officiant here at the party, or more like the conductor at this point. And I said, so I think the next thing we should do is have Paul and Sue share with us their wedding vows.
Sure.
I don't know if you all can hear me, because I have a soft voice. You're my dearest friend and my deepest love. Soul to soul, we are connected. Let's continue our relationship and our growth and our journey together. Living, laughing, loving.
Coming from Paul.
Living, laughing, loving together. I love you with all my heart.
There's a lot of ways I can tell you how I love you and what you mean to me. I never really thought I would find this kind of love in my life at this point. It's the kind of love that gives me joy, the kind that gives me hope, the kind that gives me safety, and the kind that gives me purpose. But really what it comes down to is the heart just wants what it wants, and mine wants you. What she's really been waiting for. Yeah. Good?
I like it.
Not yet. No, they're not talking. They're going to talk about
We're going to talk after me.
Oh, they are going to
Yeah.
talk after me.
Yeah.
Oh, the plan has been changed. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I was going to say that we have people, friends, and relatives of Sue and Paul that are going to speak later this evening. But it sounds like they're going to speak right now. So why don't we have the speakers come up and speak, and then I will end with a closing remark. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. So who would like to go first? The sister, Sherry. All right. I'm louder than her. Feel like her. Any other emergency vehicles? Okay. Well, I've been trying to think of exactly when Paul came on the scene. And I honestly am having trouble remembering because he has fit so seamlessly into the Miller landscape. And I think that's because that was a sign that this relationship was a really good fit. And I believe that my family all agrees with that. This is a really good fit. And on behalf of the Miller family, I welcome you, Paul, and I welcome all of his family. Welcome. My sister is a very sensitive, caring, and loyal soul. Those of you who have known her for a long time know that if you are a friend of hers, you are a friend for a lifetime. And that goes as well for anyone that she loves. That's for a lifetime. So, in the well-worn words of Bessie Armstrong Stanley, written in 1904, live well, laugh often, and love much. I love you.
My name is Bob, and I am Paul's older brother. And I really appreciate you asking me to be the best man. I know it does mean a lot to me, Paul. Our relationship, as any two brothers that are 1 year apart in age, and I know I look younger, but I am 1 year. But any two siblings that are 1 year in age, there's always some ups and downs in the relationship, especially between Paul. Especially in the early years, he failed to recognize that his older brother was always right. All joking aside, my relationship with you has grown over the years. In the last 2 years, in addition to being brothers, the level of friendship that we have means so much to me. It really has. And I've never felt closer to you than I do now. So, I am proud of you. I really respect you. And I'm so glad that you're marrying a woman like Sue. I have never seen you this happy. And I'm just thrilled to see the two of you together. And I really look forward to spending a lot of time with both of you. My wife and I, Laurel, we've gotten to know Sue over the last few years, and we both love her. And, getting to know you, getting to see the two of you together, it's obvious how happy you are, and we're thrilled, and we're overjoyed. So with that, I'd like to congratulate the two of you, and wish you the best both today and forever.
Start off with saying that when I found out that they were engaged, I was ecstatic for them. I was thinking, of course, my dad's still old. I was thinking, you're never too old to find someone you really and truly fall in love with. And I think that he found the most amazing person that he is a perfect fit with. And when I found out that they were already married in December, I was thinking, I really respect them, how both of them wanted the same thing. They are so compatible, and how they just wanted it to be romantic, and now they wanted to share it with all of you. And that just shows they're sweet, caring people, and I'm so happy to have them in my life. As my dad, as me being his son, I feel, I'm always going to judge him in some way, lovingly, like every kid should do to their father and mother. And while I do that, I'm still going to love you forever. And Sue, I'm so happy that you've come into my life. I've always felt that you were my second mother, and now we are even closer than we've ever been. And it's truly wonderful to have both of them together in my life, and it's just fantastic to see them together, so happy, and I hope they have a great, amazing, loving life together. And when I started living with them 1.5 years ago, I thought it would be an adjustment, and it was, but we are such a close-knitted, happy family, and I couldn't ask for anything more. I love both of you guys.
I make good decisions, but I'm guilty of bad timing, so I guess that's...
I haven't memorized anything in a very, very long time, so I'm just going to read it. Poets have often written about the notion of love at first sight. Personally, I'm a big believer in it, because 18 years ago, Sue walked into my life, and we experienced just that. We became instant besties. We certainly have seen each other through a lot, and through it all, we've always wanted the best for each other. I vividly remember the day she told me she met this guy online, and they seemed on paper to have common interests. He was cute, with warm, kind eyes. I asked his name, and it was Paul. But to make differentiating between roommate Paul a little easier, we started referring to him simply as 255. This name came from his Match.com profile, and it makes me chuckle when he calls himself 255. Personally,
I'm supposed to cue the Mission Impossible music, but I forgot to, so I'll go dun dun dun
I think it makes him feel like a Secret Service agent. It was soon after they met that they were a couple with a soul connection, and as in life, and as we get older, that just seems tougher and tougher to find. I could not be happier that their paths have navigated them to each other. Now, several years later, we all gather to share and celebrate not just their loving union, but their beautiful family. From the beginning of their relationship, Sue was filled with hope and excitement at the idea of not just having the wonderful man in her life, but also his 2 children. From time to time, we would talk about being stepmoms, a title she looked forward to. There wasn't much I could share with her aside from just be yourself, the caring, kind, and sincere sweetie that Sue is, and be patient. The best is yet to come. So, to the couple we all adore, and to Laura and Josh, may your hearts forever be filled with optimism, openness, patience, compassion, and love. I wish you all what you truly deserve, a sweet, sweet life. And I love you, Josh. Such a sweetie.
Thank God I didn't wear mascara. All right. I'd like to close the little ceremony part of this evening before we go on to dinner with what I call a kaleidoscope of thoughts on love and marriage. I wish I could say these are my original thoughts, but I'm not that clever. So let's just start. This is from the movie The Princess Bride. True love is the greatest thing in the world, except for a nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, where the mutton is nice and lean and the tomato is right. Maybe the American version would be ELT. Just a thought. This is from Khalil Gibran's The Prophet. And think not that you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. And Anna DeFranco's song from Overlap. Because I know there is strength in the differences between us, and I know there is comfort where we overlap. This is good for you girls. Oscar Wilde says, who being loved is poor? And maybe for our dog walker, this is from the Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. I love your feet because they have wandered over the earth and through the wind and water until they brought you to me. The comedian Rita Rudner. I love being married. It's so great to find that one special person you want to annoy for the rest of your life. Kind of like that one. This is from Ernest Shepard. He's an illustrator for Winnie the Pooh. If you live to be 100, I hope I live to be 100 minus 1 day, so I never have to live without you. This is from the movie Shall We Dance? We need a witness to our lives. There's 1 billion people on the planet. I mean, what does any one life really mean? But in a marriage, you're promising to care about everything. The good things, the bad things, the terrible things, the mundane things. All of it, all of the time, every day. This is not the president. You're saying, your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it. Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness. This is a quote that's done a lot at weddings by Roy Croft, who's a poet. I love you not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. I love you not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. and from the movie When Harry Met Sally. When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. Katharine Hepburn had this to say: love has nothing to do with what you are expecting to get, only what you are expecting to give, which is everything. And Henry David Thoreau: love must be as much a light as it is a flame. And Ursula Le Guin, a novelist: love doesn't sit there like a stone. It has to be made like bread, remade all the time, made new. Dr. Seuss: you know you're in love when you don't want to fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. And Javan, writer and poet: I don't wish to be everything to everyone, but I would like to be something to someone. And my favorite Swedish proverb: love me when I least deserve it, because that's when I really need it. And last but not least is a thought from Linda and John Smith, and I'm sure everyone will echo this that's gathered here tonight. Paul and Sue, you are amazing, beautiful, and unique people in your own right. But as a couple, you guys really soar. You light the night sky with your brilliance. We all love you. We honor your union. Love us all. Now would you please kiss your lovely woman so we can party?